Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the variable valve timing solenoid and oil control valve on your Kia Rio. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing that you're going to need to do is to remove this engine cover piece, which if you just kind of grab it here on the two ends here in the front, give it a good pull, you'll pop it up. You have two more little connections here in the back, so just pull that side, and then that comes right up, exposing your valve cover and the area where we're going to be working. A few things to keep in mind that are indications that your solenoid has either failed or is failing is, first of all, you may have a check engine light that'll come on, and if that happens, you definitely want to go ahead and connect a diagnostic reader OBD2 sensor, or if you have a Bluetooth device. I have a couple videos I did on product reviews for a pretty decent Bluetooth scanner, and also some videos on how to check those engine codes. You can check those out via the link that I'll have down in the description. I'll also have a couple across the top now as I'm going further into this. But your check engine light will come on and you'll get various different codes. There's the P0011 code. There's the P0014 code. Those are a couple codes. There's some other ones that could come up as well. I'll put along the screen right now the codes that you want to be looking for. Those usually pertain to this valve timing solenoid either failing or having failed. Another thing could be rough idle. Sometimes if these go too far gone, you can also encounter some stalling with that. Another thing is your fuel economy may also start to decrease as well. Those are just a few things that can be an indication that that has completely gone. So once you've kind of diagnosed it and you're positive that's the case, that's when you want to go ahead and replace this thing. Now, there are ways that you can clean them. If you want to see a video I did on how to clean one, you can check that out also via the link above. I'll have that link also in the description if you want to go through that. Because if they're not too far gone, you can clean them with some mass airflow sensor cleaner made by CRC. You can spray it out real good, clean out any sludge and junk that might be kind of hindering that from functioning properly. Sometimes that may not be the case, and you may want to actually test it to make sure that it's working, and you can do that by using a multimeter and just testing the current coming into it and then connecting it directly to a 12-volt power source and seeing how it functions. At that point, you can also do an ohms reading on it. If you want to see how to test one of these variable valve timing solenoids, you can check that out also via a video that I did. There will be a link above. Also in the description, there will also be that same link. You can check that out. But in this case here, we're going to go ahead and proceed as if for a fact we know that this has failed and we're ready to replace it. So that's what we're going to do next. And here's the items that you're going to need to complete this video. Is your replacement solenoid, a ratchet with a 10mm socket, and you're good to go. Located on top of the valve cover right here, that is your variable valve timing solenoid and oil control valve, also known as the VVT. It's held on by one 10mm bolt, so we'll go ahead and unplug the harness, remove that bolt, and then we can slide that right out. This can be very hot if the car was just driven, so you may want to use either gloves or something so you don't get burned. We're going to go ahead and rotate that. You can see that. See, here we go. Loosen it, and then slowly pull it out. Give it a good tug. There we go. And you can see here, let's go ahead and gently pull that out. And that's it. That is the variable valve timing and oil control valve and solenoid. To put the new one back in, whether you're doing a full replacement or whether it was successful to clean the one that you had, to put it back in, you're going to go ahead and slide it with the mounting piece up top, and you're going to go ahead and push it in slowly. And let me get a close up here on the side. As you see, it's not completely in because it has a little gasket ring there. So once it's at this point, you're going to give it a good push. And now it's connected. Now we can take that 10 millimeter bolt. Go ahead and bolt it back in. We'll get the ratchet. Make sure you don't over tighten it though. There we go. Now we'll take the harness, slide it in until it locks in. And now we're all done. We can put the cap back over. It has that cover here on the Kia that goes over the top of the engine. We'll go ahead and put that back on, and then we're done with this project. We'll go ahead and put this on, line it up the same way with how we took it off. You have the two little knobs in the back and two in the front. And once you rest everything in place, you can just push it. There we go. There we are. Everything is on, and we're done. Go ahead and close this up. And then what I would recommend doing, if you had any engine codes, I would go ahead and clear them. So that way when you drive your vehicle next, you'll have just a clean slate that you'll go off of. Check it for any pending, which then could turn into confirmed fault codes. If you want to see what that means, you can check that out via the link above where I go into the difference between a pending and confirmed. I'll also have that link down in the description. But what you want to do now is take it for a nice drive, let everything cycle through, let the sensors kind of do their thing with the ECU, make sure everything is good. Make sure that if you were having issues with it idling rough or being sluggish, things like that, make sure that was all corrected. And then that pretty much wraps it up at this point. So that takes care of this video on how to replace your variable valve timing and oil control valve on a Kia Rio. I hope that this video was informative for you. I hope it helped you out if you're working on any projects with your Kia. Please send me any questions, any comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate all of the support. So please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time.